It's hard to fully contextualize just how much Notre Dame has impacted my journey. Uh, I'll say this specifically. I was giving a concert tour in Spain, and talking to the pianist for the group that I was working with, and we realized that we had both gone to Holy Cross schools. And not only had we both gone to Holy Cross schools, but we shared a headmaster, and that was Brother Tom Zekin. And to be on the other side of the Atlantic Ocean in another country performing, and to have Notre Dame come up and have the Holy Cross tradition come up was really indicative of everything that I've done. That the principles that Notre Dame reinforced, the principles that I was taught at home, the principles that I was taught at my own church continued to sort of come back over and over and over again. And without even realizing it, you recognize that you're living out the Notre Dame code in ways that you couldn't have even sort of conceived of as a student. So my journey as a singer, as a professional singer, and certainly as a classical singer, was never in any way inevitable. Uh, I can't thank Mr. B enough for the exposure he offered. Um, uh, I met Mr. B actually in fifth grade. I was a student at St. Aidan's Grammar School, and he was the pianist for our school musical. And he actually met my mom after one of the dress rehearsals, and it was sort of at that point a match made in heaven. I spent 4 years doing musicals at St. Aidan's, and then came to Notre Dame and could be in his choir. My sophomore year at Notre Dame, we took a trip to New York City to be a part of 7 or 8 other choirs singing at Carnegie Hall, singing the Brahms Requiem. And never could I have imagined that I would return to that hall as a chorister again in undergrad at the University of Connecticut when our choir sang at Carnegie Hall, that I would return there again just a few years later as a soloist, singing the second tenor solo in the Bach B minor Mass, and then that I would return about 11 years ago to sing a recital in the recital hall, and that just this year I returned to the main stage for the first time as a principal soloist, and I return again next year singing the Mozart Requiem also as a principal soloist. We couldn't have planned that. That couldn't be staged. And that's the power of Notre Dame. That's the power of investing in young people. That's the power of seeing people beyond their gifts, beyond their talents, and maybe even beyond their challenges, to see every hope, every dream, every avenue of development. Uh, I did not know classical music when I started at Notre Dame. I was exposed to classical music for the first time at Notre Dame, in a real and tangible way. And I will say always that classical music picked me. I'm not sure that I picked it. And here I am on this journey, continuing in this vein and loving every second of it. My message to Notre Dame students right now and in the years to come is to listen and observe. The lessons that I've learned in these years have often come from observation. They haven't come from the formal lessons one gets in a classroom. If you listen to your own heart, listen to the hearts of those around you, listen to what I call the heartbeat of the world, the sort of noise everywhere. Sometimes just taking the time to listen and observe allows you a window into your own heart and a window into the hearts of others. There are two honors in my life that have blown me away in ways that are difficult to put into words. The first one was my senior year at Notre Dame, on the final basketball game of that season, when I was given a varsity basketball letter. I am not an athlete. I I am a sports fan, I think, by birth. I grew up with my grandmother and my mother, who are huge sports fans, and lots of my cousins who played. It is not my gift. So to receive a varsity letter, for my contributions as a singer to the basketball team over 4 years, was incredibly special. What is special about this award and about this moment is it's a time in my journey where people are seeing me as a complete human being and not just a singer. And for Notre Dame to recognize that means more to me than anything.